Sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. People all said, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, 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 sit down. I sailed away on that little boat to heaven, and by some chance found a bottle in my fist. And there I stood, nicely passing out the whiskey, but the passengers were bound to resist. For the people all said, beware, beware, you're on a heavenly trip. Beware, people all said, beware, 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 you'll scuttle the ship. Beware, and the devil will drag you under by the fancy tie round your wicked throat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, 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 sit down. And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank and I hollered, someone save me, that's the moment I woke up. Whew. Thank the Lord. And I said to myself, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. I said to myself, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. And the devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy you've never float. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, 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 sit down. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. Please be seated.
As only a John can be for a Jane.
When you meet a gent, paying all kinds of rent for a flat that could flatten a Taj Mahal.
Call it sad, call it funny, but it's better than even money that the guy's only doing it for some dough. Velvet, I can wish you for the collar of your coat, and fortune smiling all along your way. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. Mansions I can wish you, 7 footmen all in red, and calling cards upon a silver tray. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. Standing there, gazing at you, full of the bloom of youth. Standing there, gazing at you, with a sheep's eye and a licorice tooth. Music, I can wish you merry music while you're young, and wisdom when your hair is turned to gray. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. With a sheep's eye and the licorice tooth, and the strong arms to carry you away.
feel? Ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kiss tonight, that's the way I've just gotta behave. Boy, if I were a lamp, I'd light, or if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me, how do I feel? Little me with my quiet upbringing. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging. And if I were a watch, I'd start pumping my spring. Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Ask me, how do I feel from this chemistry lesson I'm learning? Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bridge, I'd be burning. Yes, I knew my morale would crack from the wonderful way that you looked. Boy, if I were a duck, I'd quack. Or if I were a goose, I'd be cooked. Ask me, how do I feel? Ask me, now that we're fondly caressing. How, if I were a salad, I know I'd be splashing my dressing. Or if I were a season, I'd surely be spring. Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Little me with my quiet upbringing. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging. And if I were a watch, I'd start popping my spring. Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong.
Ding
Dong,
ding
dong,
ding
dong,
ding
dong, ding.